Now that characters like the leader from The Incredible Hulk are officially back in the MCU, feels like the perfect time to ask, have we all forgotten just how brutal and important the final battle of that film really was? Because this wasn't just another monster on monster slugfest. It was a masterclass in blockbuster fight choreography and a pivotal chapter in the Hulk's evolution. Today, we're going to prove it by breaking down the raw power, impressive visual effects, and the hidden character story of one of the MCU's most destructive showdowns. Before the first punch even lands in Harlem, the fight is already a tragedy in the making. On one side, you've got Bruce Banner, a man who sees his power as a curse. His transformation is triggered by a rising heart rate, a physiological prison he's always trying to escape. This gives us the savage, almost feral Hulk of the 2008 film version many fans still see as a purer, more terrifying force of nature. And on the other side, Emil Blonsky. Blonsky is no victim. He's a product of pure, uncut ambition. This is a Royal Marine who craved power so much he willingly took a super soldier serum, and then, just to top it off, a dose of Banner's own gamma-radiated blood. He didn't stumble into becoming a monster. He sprinted towards it. The result is the Abomination, a creature that is a dark reflection of the Hulk, powered by military training and a twisted lust for battle. The second they clash on the streets of Harlem, the difference in their fighting styles is night and day. Abomination moves with a scary amount of military precision. His attacks are calculated, aggressive, and tactical. He isn't just smashing things randomly. He's using the environment, his enhanced strength, and those nasty elbow spikes to systematically take Hulk apart. Hulk, by contrast, is a walking hurricane of instinct and brute force. He's all reaction, all raw, untamed power. In their first few exchanges, Abomination's training gives him a serious edge, and he absolutely tosses Hulk around. But the tide begins to turn, and that's where the fight gets really interesting. So how does Hulk pull off a win when Abomination initially seems so much stronger? The answer gets to the very core of who the Hulk is. While Abomination's strength is a fixed, massive number, Hulk's power has a terrifyingly high ceiling, because it's directly tied to his rage. The more damage Abomination deals, the angrier Hulk gets, and the stronger he becomes. It's a vicious feedback loop. You see both of them tanking military-grade weapons and smashing through buildings, but only Hulk has that escalating strength. The perfect example of his growing power is that flash of savage creativity, when he rips a police car in half and uses it as makeshift boxing gloves. That's the moment the momentum shifts for good. And let's just take a second to appreciate the visuals here. For a 2008 movie, the effects in this sequence were truly impressive. The VFX team worked hard to make the two giants feel distinct. Hulk was this lean, muscular powerhouse, while Abomination was more gnarled and monstrous, with an exposed bone structure that screamed unnatural creation. The sheer scale of the destruction they cause in Harlem makes the fight feel grounded and real, adding serious weight to every single blow. Ultimately, this fight was never just about who could hit harder. It's the climax of both their stories. Abomination is absolutely loving the chaos. He is destruction for its own sake, the monstrous end, result of military ambition with no leash. Hulk, though, is fighting for something more. He's protecting Betty Ross in the city. For the first time, Banner has truly unleashed the Hulk, not just as a defense mechanism, but as a protector. This all leads to the controversial climax. After getting the upper hand, Hulk wraps a massive chain around Abomination's neck and starts to choke him out. Seconds away from becoming the very killer everyone fears he is. It's only Betty's plea that makes him stop. He spares Abomination, not from weakness, but as a conscious choice, a massive step on his long journey from monster to hero. If you enjoyed this look back at one of the MCU's most underrated fights, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more breakdowns just like this one. The battle for Harlem was so much more than a simple brawl. It was a brilliantly choreographed sequence that perfectly balanced power scaling, character development, and incredible spectacle. It set up the core conflict that would define the Hulk for years, the eternal struggle between his rage and his humanity. But what do you think? Is this the most brutal fight in MCU history? And how do you think this savage 2008 Hulk would stack up against some of today's threats? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments.